Have you ever paused mid-morning, coffee in hand, and realized just how many sunrises you've already witnessed? If you're between 55 and 75 years old, you've lived through seismic shifts, rotary phones giving way to smartphones, communities transforming around you, and personal milestones stacking up like chapters in a well-worn book. You've built careers from the ground up, raised children who've become parents themselves, and juggled responsibilities that would exhaust anyone half your age. Yet here you stand at a crossroads. The daily race is slowed, and the horizon ahead feels both exhilarating and uncertain. Now, instead of chasing the next promotion or ticking off yet another to-do, I want to invite you into a different rhythm, one where you intentionally choose what deserves your precious remaining time. So before we dive into 9 powerful ways to reclaim your life's true priorities, take a deep breath and remember, the most meaningful chapter may be the one you're living right now. Let's move from reflection into action by exploring the first and perhaps most powerful step on this journey. Number 1, doing less, the key to true fulfillment. When I say do less, I'm not asking you to give up on life or resign yourself to boredom. Rather, I invite you to focus your energy where it truly counts. For decades, society has taught us that more work, more achievements, and more possessions equate to success. You've lived that life and you've earned the right to slow down, reflect, and be intentional with your remaining time. Think back on the countless obligations you once carried: overtime projects, PTA meetings, communal committee duties. Each one served a purpose at the time, but now the opportunity to choose matters more than ever. Redefine success on your own terms. Perhaps it means savoring the sunrise, deepening a friendship, or simply enjoying a quiet afternoon with a good book. True fulfillment at this stage doesn't come from adding another title to your name, but from subtracting the noise that distracts you from what you love. If you find value in this perspective and want to hear more reflections on living well after 55, please subscribe now and join our community committed to intentional living. Number 2, reevaluating value, time over money. For much of our lives, we equated value with financial security. We saved for retirement, tracked our investments, and pursued raises, believing that more zeros in our bank account would guarantee peace and happiness. But as we edge past 55, a profound realization often emerges. Money only buys options. It cannot reclaim a single second of our lives. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what do I value more now, stuff or moments? Consider the joy of a family dinner, the laughter shared with old friends, the awe inspired by a beautiful sunset. These experiences cost little or nothing, yet their memories enrich us far beyond any material purchase. With the future now unspooling into the present, time is your most precious asset. You can't earn it back once it's spent. So invest your time wisely, whether that means traveling to a place you've always dreamed of, finally writing that memoir, or simply unplugging from the digital whirlwind long enough to notice the world around you. When you value time over money, you reclaim control of your life's narrative. Number 3, less work, more life. For decades, many of us measured our worth by our productivity. Hours logged, projects completed, accolades earned, but hard work, while laudable, can also become a cage. If you're retired, semi-retired, or considering stepping back, now is the moment to redefine work. Work no longer needs to be the center of your identity. Instead, let it be a choice that supports your passions and relationships. Maybe you've been posting in online forums or mentoring younger colleagues, activities that bring joy without the grind. Or perhaps you volunteer at a local charity, discovering a newfound sense of purpose in giving back. Whatever form it takes, let work complement your life rather than consume it. Ask yourself, which obligations do I carry out of habit rather than genuine desire? Which tasks drain me instead of energizing me? Free yourself from commitments that no longer serve you and replace them with pursuits that fill your spirit. Gardening, painting, cooking, or simply spending unhurried time with grandchildren. If this resonates with you and you'd like more guidance on crafting a fulfilling post-career life, please subscribe now to receive new insights every week. Number 4, living on your own terms. Subtract, don't add. We've been conditioned to believe that solving life's problems requires more and more activity, more plans, more purchases. But the real key to contentment often lies in subtraction. Take stock of the routines, memberships, and obligations that quietly commandeer your schedule. Which of these truly light you up and which weigh you down? By eliminating the unnecessary, you open up space, both literal and mental, for what truly matters. Imagine your days uncluttered by endless to-do lists, freed from the expectation to say yes at every turn. In this clarity, you rediscover the freedom to say no without guilt, preserving your energy for authentic connections and joyful pursuits. Simplicity is not about deprivation, it's about refinement. It's about selecting the few things that stir your heart and letting go of the rest. Number 5. The joy of simple pleasures. When was the last time you truly savored a cup of coffee, its warmth spreading through your hands, its aroma filling the room, or pause to listen to birdsong just outside your window, letting each note wash over you? These simple pleasures cost nothing yet ignite our senses in ways material wealth never can. As we mature, we often discover that less distraction leads to more presence. A slow walk through the park, an afternoon spent sketching, a call with an old friend. These moments become the jewels of our days. They remind us that life's richest experiences are seldom grandiose. Instead, they are woven from threads of quiet contentment. Cultivate an appreciation for these small wonders. Let them anchor you in gratitude and remind you that joy need not be chased. It can be found in the stillness between tasks, the pause between breaths. Number 6. Freedom from the opinions of others. In our youth and middle age, we can become preoccupied with the judgments of family, friends, and colleagues. What will they think if we change careers, alter our appearance, or pursue an unconventional hobby? Yet, as the years accumulate, we learn that other people's opinions are just noise, external static with no bearing on our self-worth. When you've lived through 7 decades, you realize you owe no one an explanation for choosing comfort over style, solitude over social obligation, or contentment over status. This freedom is precious. Embrace your authentic self without apology. Wear the clothes that feel right, pursue the activities that feed your soul, and cultivate relationships that respect your choices. Let the only opinion that matters be your own. In doing so, you step into a life defined not by external validation, but by inner conviction. Number 7, the power of letting go. One of the hardest lessons at this stage is releasing control over the future. We spent years planning our careers, saving for retirement, and mapping out every milestone, yet life's unpredictable turns, health challenges, shifting family dynamics, global events, remind us that certainty is an illusion. There is profound liberation in letting go of rigid expectations. By focusing on today, the only moment we truly have, we can find peace even amid uncertainty. Instead of striving for perfection, we can strive for presence. Each morning, ask yourself, what small action can I take to make today meaningful? Whether it's stretching in the sunlight, reconnecting with an old friend, or simply savoring a quiet moment of reflection, these acts of conscious living remind us that life is happening now. Let go of the what-ifs and ground yourself in what is, embracing each moment as a gift rather than a hurdle to overcome. Number 8, embracing gratitude. Gratitude is more than a fleeting emotion. It's a deliberate practice that can reshape our experience of aging. It's easy to fixate on what we've lost, youth, certain abilities, loved ones who've passed on. Yet, equally important is acknowledging what remains: a warm bed, the laughter of grandchildren, the gentle breeze on a summer day. Each evening, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Perhaps it's the kindness of a neighbor, the bloom of a flower you tended, or simply the fact that you woke up to see another sunrise. By focusing on abundance rather than absence, you cultivate a deeper, more resilient joy, one that persists even when life's challenges loom large. This gratitude becomes the lens through which you view every experience, transforming ordinary moments into treasured memories. Number 9, finding purpose in the everyday. After years of tying our identity to career achievements, we may wonder, what remains when those roles fade? The truth is that purpose is not reserved for grand accomplishments. It lives in the everyday. It's in the small acts of kindness, a phone call to check on a friend, a meal shared with loved ones, a moment spent listening. Purpose can be found in teaching a child to ride a bike, in mentoring someone just starting their journey, or in tending a garden that brightens the world around you. These modest contributions weave a tapestry of meaning that transcends titles and trophies. By living with intention, aligning your actions with your values, you discover that your worth is not measured by external markers, but by the love, generosity, and authenticity you bring to each day. This is the lasting legacy you craft. A life defined not by the volume of your output, but by the depth of your presence. You've earned the right to do less, to focus on what truly matters, and to live according to your own values. This chapter isn't about accumulating more. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you and embracing the simple joys that remain. Choose peace over pressure, presence over productivity, and freedom over expectation. As you move forward, ask yourself, will you subtract the noise and embrace the freedom you deserve? If you found this journey meaningful, please subscribe for more insights on living fully in life's later chapter. Thank you for investing your time today. May the years ahead be defined by intentional choices, quiet wonder, and boundless gratitude. Will you subtract the noise and embrace the freedom you deserve? Have you ever paused mid-morning, coffee in hand, and realized just how many sunrises you've already witnessed? If you're between 55 and 75 years old, you've lived through seismic shifts, rotary phones giving way to smartphones, communities transforming around you, and personal milestones, stacking up like chapters in a well-worn book. You've built careers from the ground up, raised children who've become parents themselves, and juggled responsibilities that would exhaust anyone half your age. Yet here you stand at a crossroads. The daily race is slowed, and the horizon ahead feels both exhilarating and uncertain. Now, instead of chasing the next promotion or ticking off yet another to-do, I want to invite you into a different rhythm, one where you intentionally choose what deserves your precious remaining time. So before we dive into 9 powerful ways to reclaim your life's true priorities, take a deep breath and remember, the most meaningful chapter may be the one you're living right now. Let's move from reflection into action by exploring the first and perhaps most powerful step on this journey.